Okay, so today we're going to start with some basics. We're going to start with a fried egg or two, and I just wanted to show you how to do that quite simply and easily. So you start off with just some sunflower oil or just any kind of plain based oil, and just put it straight into your pan, which has already been sort of heating up, ready to go. So now that I've got that in the pan, I put in quite a lot of oil really, because I think if you have a bit more oil, it means that your eggs will actually, you're able to sort of baste the eggs, and so you don't get that awful bit where you get that horrible egg on the top of the yolk, the white's not kind of covering it properly. So let's try it. Crack your eggs in. I've broken my yolk already, but never mind. And then I just leave it really just to warm up the oil, and some people like their oil really hot, but I quite like it sort of on a middle level so that it doesn't cook too quickly, because then you can kind of move it around the pan. So we're kind of on a minimum heat at the moment. I'm just going to turn it up a little bit and you'll start to see the whites going white. It doesn't really matter if you've broken the yolk, because some people like it like that. I like a runny yolk, but other people don't. And then I use the oil around the edge to baste over the egg so that the top bit goes white as well. So we're just going to heat up a bit further, and you can start to see in a moment the whites will start going whiter. As I said, I like to use quite a lot of oil around the edge, because then you can just flip or baste over the yolk so that they cook all the way through quite quickly. I'm just using sunflower oil at the moment, but you can use any other oil that you want to. I tend to put my yolk, my egg shells back into the box just because it makes it a bit cleaner, and also easier to tidy up when you've finished, because I'm a bit of a messy cook. So we're just waiting for that to get a bit hotter. I'm just turning up the heat a bit. Here we go. You can start to see the white now turning. And sometimes people find it quite hard to separate the eggs when they're cooking. But it's fine. If you've got one bigger than the other, then you can just give that to the person that you like, the bigger one. And then it doesn't really matter, because they're just really nice little fried eggs. And some people get a bit hung up on eggs and, oh, they should be like this or they should be like something else, but actually it's to your own taste. Some people like to flip them over, some people like to have them in really hot sizzling oil, but I don't really like them like that. I like them so they're able to move around the pan. So here we go. It's a shame that one's broken, but you know, you can always pop another one in. And you can see now that all the whites are starting to go sort of really white now. So what I would do as well, as it becomes more white, is I would cut through so that you separate the two eggs, because then they might start to move around the pan, especially if you've got a good non-stick pan. But you could use any kind of frying pan. So I'm just going to start basting with the oil, because I do that with the white as well as the yolk. Just use a fish slice, so anything like this. You can get these anywhere in supermarkets, and just try to, and you can tip the pan up as well as it starts to get firmer. Don't do that when it's still translucent, because what you'll have is like a whole egg all over the pan. But as you can see, this is the first time I've used this little cooker thing. It's quite good, isn't it? And every cooker is different. So I'm going to turn it down a little bit now, because it'll get too hot and start sizzling and splattering. But you can see that I'm just basting over the top, and that will stop you getting that sort of runny white over the top of the yolk. And if you just like it, just dippy egg, this will be the perfect way to do it. So just tip up your pan, and you can see this one on the right is perfect. I'm quite impressed by that one. And then what I do is I tend to just cut across. So that's easily done, and then I sort of kind of just edge it underneath, because then that'll make it easier for you when you're putting it on your toast or on your plate ready to eat. You can hear it starting to sizzle now. If you like it with the crispy edges, just have your heat up a bit higher. You see it start bubbling now, and now that the yolk is covered with that hot oil. That's it really, and you can just serve it up. 2 fried eggs, and you should be able to just move them around the pan quite gently. That one has broken, but it's still delicious. So maybe a little bit more on that, and then your fried egg is done.